Number 9 begins with maher. Maher. Is that a noun or is that a verb that you've been assigned to learn? Maher. That's a verb. That's a verb, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and write the numbers 1, 2, 3 over that because I only have 3 consonant root letters if this is a verb. Now, take a look though. I have what vowel class under root 1? Yeah, that's an A class vowel, right? So, if that's an A class vowel, there are a few places in my principal parts where I could see this. Does the cal verb have A class vowels under the root 1? Yeah, that's possible, right? What kind of A class vowel does it usually have? Is it a long or a short A in the cal perfect, let's say? It's a long A, okay? I don't have a long A here. I have a short A. So even though this A class vowel could be a cal perfect, I want to try to look somewhere else and see if maybe there's something that's better, okay? Now, does the NIF All just have no prefixing and a long and an A class vowel under it anywhere? Really? The NIF All has no prefix and a short A under it? No. The NIF All has the noon prefix, or it gets the nutty prefixes or a hey prefix, but it's never unprefixed, okay? So the NIF All, this can't be the NIF All. Does the PL have a lack of prefixing in places? Yeah, the PL and the PUAL is not characterized by any stem prefix like the HIFL and HOFL has the hey prefix, right? And the NIF All has the noon prefix. So PL and PUAL could have no prefixing. And here's the question, where in the PL and PUAL do I get no prefixing? That would be in the perfect, right? What else? So the perfect, the imperative, and then I've got my infinitives, right? Okay. So take a look here. I have an A class vowel under root 1. Between the PL and PUAL, which of those must it be? It must be PL. So let's eliminate PUAL. So now that we're assuming PL, could it be the perfect with the A vowel under the root 1? No. What vowel goes under root 1 in the PL perfect? I class, right? Picade, PL, right? I class vowel in the PL perfect. So it can't be the PL perfect. Will I get an A class vowel in the imperative and the infinitives? Yes. So both of those are possible, right? Infinitive construct or infinitive absolute. Okay, very good. Very good. And then I have now the possibility of looking at the back end and saying, okay, there's no ending. So if it's imperative, what would the person gender number be? (2ms), right? And if it's the infinitive construct or absolute, I could have nothing on the back of those either, right? So right now, this is as far as I can go. And then I need to just look at the rest of the sentence and decide, can I fit this in as an imperative or can I fit it in as an infinitive construct or absolute? Okay? Notice it's at the beginning of a sentence. Would I expect imperatives to come at the beginning of a sentence? Yeah, that's very common. Commands, whether they be imperatives or justives, are usually in first position in a sentence. So this would make good sense as an imperative. And what does the PL of mahar mean? To do what? To hurry, to make haste. So translating this as an imperative to a singular man, it would be hurry up, make haste. Okay? Now, let's just leave it at that for a moment. I have himalate here. Himalate. That could be a verb. What would be my 3 root letters as a possibility? Would I take hey, mem, lamed as the verbal root and the tate as a suffix of some sort? No, because tate is not a suffix of any sort for my verbal system, right? So let's try on the other ones as my 3 root letters. How about Millat? Do I have a hey prefix as a possibility? Yeah. Now, which stems show a hey prefix possibility? Okay, I have hifil and hofal. I have one other stem that also has a hey prefix somewhere. NIF All, good. When it's NIF All, where does that occur? The hey prefix in the imperative. When I have a NIF All imperative, does it have this vowel pattern? I-A. Yeah. The NIF All imperfect has yipicade. The imperative has hippicade. So this is following my NIF All. So that hey prefix could do a number of things. Okay, the noon prefix can only be NIF All or first common plural, right? The hey prefix could be a NIF All imperative, or it could be the hifil or hofal hey. So there's a few possibilities, and I have to look at that vowel pointing to know which it is, okay? Doubling down on root 1, kametz, and then seri. That is NIF All imperative. And that makes good sense because now it's going to make it more likely for me to view this first one as an imperative, right? It's hurry and do something else, okay? So what does Millat in the NIF All imperative mean? Escape, yeah. So this is a command to someone to hurry and escape, okay? So hurry, escape, el hahar, escape where? To the mountain, to the mountain. And then I have a key. Now the key could be translated in a couple of ways. That, or because, or even if. Which one of these makes the best sense, given the fact that these are not verbs of speaking, say that, or mental activity, think that, but rather they're real action verbs, hurry and escape? I'd probably want to use a causal sense for the key. Because why? Yashmid Adonai. Looks like Adonai's doing something, right? There's my verb. What stem is yashmid? I have an A vowel under the yod prefix and a kirik yod right smack in the middle. What's that looking like? Yeah, that's a hifil imperfect. Because Yahweh will what? What's shamad? Destroy. Because Yahweh will destroy et hamakom. What's et hamakom? The place. The et is a direct object marker. I don't translate it. The place. Hazeh. The this. Remember, my demonstratives go after the noun they modify, but they have to agree in gender, number, and definiteness. Okay? So, ha rule is being followed. So it's not this is the place, but rather this place. Okay, this place. So he will destroy this place. All right? Yep.
I had two questions. One was, is it normal for two verbs to be writing together like that? And are they building on each other? And that goes to the next question is, why is that second verb in the NIF All like a passive?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good question.
Or is that just because it speaks to a specific meaning?
Right. So the NIF All could incorporate a number of different semantics in the stem. One of them is truly a passive notion, but remember, sometimes the NIF All could be reflexive, it could be reciprocal, and then there are some times when it just is purely an intransitive idea. That is to say, it's a verb that you can perform that doesn't take a direct object. Okay? So, this verb in the NIF All could have a truly passive sense, be delivered. Okay? That wouldn't make very good sense here because he's being told to do something, right? It's a command. So it's probably an action that he can do, but not necessarily a passive one. So another translation of this in the NIF All is to escape. Okay, to escape is not a passive verb in terms of the semantics of it, but it could reflect the NIF All meaning of Millat, and that's the better translation given the fact that he's being commanded. Okay, so hurry, escape. You could read these two together as sort of a single idea because there's no vav, and you might translate it as escape quickly. But in English, we do this as well, right? When I say, hurry, get out of here, I'm not really telling you to do two separate actions, am I? I'm really summoning you to do one action with haste. So it's sort of the same way in Hebrew here. But they are technically two different imperative verbs. But I think they do work together to basically summon one to do it quickly. Let's see. I think I've answered both of your questions, right? You don't see two verbs like this that are unjoined by a vav conjunction. You don't see it as frequently as you'll see, first command, vav, second command. All right. So when you don't have one, that does sort of invite you to view this as perhaps, working together. Let's look at number 8 here. I have muvorachav as the first word. Now, you want to look at that and try to decide, is this a verb or is this a noun? Are there any identifiable root letters that might make you think this is a verb? No? Bet, resh, kaf is a verb barach, which means to do what? To bless, right? Barach is to bless. What stem does the verb barach, meaning to bless, usually occur in, according to your vocab list? Okay. The verb barach in the cal passive participle can occur in the cal, but that's not really the most frequent stem to see this in. Yeah, Ross tells you that it happens most frequently in the PL with the meaning of to bless, okay? Because the PL is an active stem. So to bless. Now, look over here. I have a mem prefix before the bet, and I have a vav hanging out on the back side. That vav could be a pronominal suffix vav, and it looks like the pronominal suffix vav when I have a plural noun that a pronoun is attached to, right? You see that yod prefix right here? That tells me that if this is a pronoun, that the noun to which it is attached is plural. Which pronoun is the vav if it's a pronoun? It's him or his, right? So this is 3ms. His plural things. Now, but we've got a verbal root here. So what sort of verbal form might I have a possessive pronoun attached to? Well, participles could take possessive pronouns. All right. But let's look at the mem prefix. If I have a verb root and a mem prefix, what does that mem tell me? That is a participle, right? All of the verb stems in Hebrew, when they have a mem, have a participle or show a participle, except for which two? The cal and NIF All, exactly. Okay, so this is looking like a participle, and I've got a vocal shava under the mem. Which stem's participle has the vocal shava under the mem? There's only two that do this. PL and PUAL, right? Look at the root one vowel. It's a holum. Which one of those take a holum? What vowel class is holum? That's a U class vowel, isn't it? That's U class. So this is PUAL, not PL. All right. And so I have to go to the back side again now. When I see the of ending for the 3MS, what gender and number is the thing that the pronoun's attached to? Yeah, that's masculine plural. Let me remind you using our good old Seuss. Okay? Seuss is a masculine horse, right? If I want to say his horses, it's this. Seussov. His plural horses. It looks like that. Okay? How would I say his mares? Plural mares. It would be Seussot, and then I add the of. Okay? This is how you can tell the difference between his masculine plural things and his feminine plural things. The feminine plural will have the oath ending on it. Okay? The masculine plural drops the eem and adds the of for his. So, what do I have here? I've got a masculine plural form of the PUAL participle. His masculine plural things. Now, what's the PUAL going to tell me? If the PL means to bless, the PUAL means to be blessed, but it's a participle. So the PL participle would be translated as blessing. The PUAL participle is blessed, right? Or blessed. So how would I translate this? His blessed, and I have no noun. So this must be functioning as the noun, right? His blessed people, his blessed ones, his blessed men, because it's masculine plural. All right? So his blessed ones, and that's the noun, so it's probably the subject here, but we're going to see in just a moment it's plural. I have next Yehalluhu. Yehalluhu. Do you see three identifiable root letters here? Yeah, halal, that's to praise. I have a yod prefix, and I have shurik on the backside. That looks like an imperfect 3MP, right? But I'm not done. After the u of yehallu, I have hu, which is what? Yep, 3MS, and that is a pronoun, right? So how's that pronoun functioning? If I stick a pronoun on the back of a verb, how's it usually going to function? No, the personal ending right here is going to give me the subject, right? Then after the personal ending, it's the direct object. Okay, so it's his blessed ones will praise who? Yes, right. They will praise him. Okay. Now, what stem is Yehallu? Who? I have a vocal shava under the yod prefix. Which two stems do that? The PL and PUAL. I have an A-class vowel under the hey. That's PL. Okay, so this is active, right? His blessed ones will actively praise. Now, what do I usually have in root 2 for PLs and PUALs? Usually have a dagesh forte. Why did my dagesh forte fall out? Well, no, That's a good guess. Eventually, that's the right answer. Yes, that is eventually. That's right. It's the Squintum Levy letter issue, right? Remember, Squintum Levy letters, when you put a Dagesh Forte inside and you put a vocal Shava under it, usually the Dagesh Forte will fall out. It doesn't always fall out, but it can, and it did. Okay, Lamed is the L of Squintum Levy. Okay, so that's what happened here. But guess what? By looking at the vowel pointing, we didn't have to even look at that to know that we were looking at a PL imperfect, right? So even if you know your prefixes and suffixes and your vowel pointing well, you can still manage sometimes even without some of the other things that you expect. So anyhow, so his blessed ones will praise him, and then Batoch Ha'edah tells you where. Yeah. Yep.
Can you just briefly go over the ending of Hallel again for me?
The
U ending, where, that's something.
Yeah. Here, let me. You want to look at Yahaluhu? Okay, that's fine. Here. All right, so let's look at Yahaluhu again. So I've identified these as my three root letters, right? Hey, Lamed, Lamed, which you have to know that that's a verb, halal, to praise, okay? So let's, for the moment, completely get rid of this, okay? Let's act like it's not here. What have I got? I have Yod on the front end, Shuruk on the back end. What do I know? A prefix Yod before the root letters followed by a Shuruk on the back side. What do I know that is? I know that's imperfect 3MP, right? All I need to figure out then is what the stem is. What stem is it? Looking at the vocal Shava under the Yod tells me it's PL or Pual. Those are the only two stems that do that. Looking at the A vowel under root 1 tells me it's, oops, wrong one. Pointed to the wrong one. Yep, it's PL. Okay? So I've got my base verbal form parsed. Now I just have to ask myself, what else is attached to this? Can I attach anything directly to a verb after the verb form? And the answer is yes, I can, right? I can attach pronominal suffixes as direct objects to a verb. And so the next part here is, well, it looks like blood splatter, doesn't it? Wow. Okay, so the last thing here is that I have this who ending, which is a 3ms pronominal suffix, which functions as the direct object. Okay? So they will praise him. They will praise him. Okay? So does that make sense?
I was looking for that on one of our handouts. That's what tripped me up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, the deal is that these direct object pronoun suffixes, they can be added to any of the active stems that we've learned. So we learned the new stems, the PL and the HIFL. You can see direct object pronouns attached to those as well. Okay? They're going to follow the same rules, though, that we learned back in chapter 24 when we worked through that chapter. All right. Now let's finish the sentence here. So his blessed ones will praise him, and then Batoch Ha'edah is telling you where. What does that mean? In the midst of Ha'edah, the congregation. In the midst of the congregation. Yep, good. All right. Any others?